Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this live broadcast today. I'm excited to have you here. My name is Becky LaFave, better known as She's in Charge of Business, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to empower women entrepreneurs to monetize their brand while building a profitable online business without sacrificing your soul. So if that speaks to you, stick around because I'm going to talk to you about how to stay focused and productive in your business, because I talk to a lot of women out there, and this happens to be one of the most biggest things that women talk about. Hey, Darcy, nice to see you here. Welcome. So, let me know below. One, say hello. Two, let me know where I'm catching you at, and let me know, is this one of the biggest things for you to stay productive? Is the focus? Like, are you are you so out of focus, right? Like maybe you do have ADHD. Maybe you do have so many things going on. Maybe you are growing a family as you're growing a business. What is it for you below? Hey, Mary Kate, nice to see you here. Let me know, like, is it hard for you to stay focused? Because, this is one of the things that I have to talk to you about, because most of my clients, not all, but I can say most 100% of my clients say this is the biggest problem in their business. And so we're going to talk about it because here's the thing, staying focused is one of the biggest things that we need to do. But so how do we get it done? All the things that we need to do is how we're going to get it done. And I'm going to share with you my top 5 strategies. Your nickname is Squirrel. 5 top strategies to help you. So what are we going to talk about? Curing. I don't know if we're going to cure everything today, you guys. Let's get it real. But curing the scatterbrain would be remarkable if you could do this to stay focused inside your business. Can I get an amen below, right? Because let's face it, as entrepreneurs, I find that the biggest conversation is just that, right? I feel scatterbrained, Becky. I feel like I'm over here and then I'm over there. So if you feel scatterbrained, drop scatterbrain below, because this is probably the most important thing is to stay focused in your business, getting the things done that matter, right? And I being in business for 32 years, I have to say that this has to be one of my biggest gifts is I do stay focused. I do the things that I say I'm going to do, and I do show up when I say I'm going to show up. And it wasn't that always, right? And I had to learn this. This is a skill set just like anybody else. Whether you do have all these different things going on, there is ways to stay focused and less scatterbrained. Okay. So we're going to talk about just that today. And if it's a real challenge for you to get on social media and not stay focused, because what is happening is ding, ding, ding. Everything is dinging at us. Well, first of all, cut out the dings, right? Like scratch the dings from happening, because then you go squirrel, just like Dar said. I go squirrel because you hear so many things instead of staying laser focused on what's the most important pressing thing right now. And so how to overcome completely and eliminate scatterbrain is these 5 top tips that I'm going to give you. So I hope you have a pen and paper so you don't get scatterbrained anymore and really put this into action. And here's the thing, like if you're not used to doing something, right, this is something that you have to set again, right? It's all about set the attention of what you need to focus on. And so, number 1, I want to equip you with some things that you need to say, no matter what, I'm going to do this, and set the standard for myself, set the standard for my business, and set the standard so everybody else sees that I do have a standard. So if somebody wants to work with me, they know foremost that this is my standard. Like that is the most important thing, is your integrity, right? So if people see you so scatterbrained, it's like sometimes they look at it and go, well, if she's so scatterbrained, why would I want to work with her? So I want you to really plant that seed inside of you if you really want to grow a business. Okay. So number 1 is brain dump. Get a notebook. Like seriously, I have a notepad, right? I have a notepad that I keep around me at all times. And even in the car, you guys, I have, obviously it's in the car, but it's one of those little teeny notepads, those little teeny ones. I keep that in the car with a pen because let's face it, things are coming at us all day long, right? Things are coming at us all day long, and we need to write things down. Now, because we're brain dumping these things that are getting thrown at us. So let's face it, you got to check your mail. You got to go to the bank. You got to pay bills. You got to go to the grocery store. All these are sitting up in here and taking up space that we can't get new ideas. We can't get laser focused on the next thing that we need to do to get it done because those things are constantly piling up, right? So literally throughout the day, as things pop up, you remember, jot it down really quick. Just jot it down so it comes out of here. So you're going to go back to this, right? But it's not pressing right now. You're staying focused on what you're doing to stay focused because I don't know about you. When my brain gets full at the age of 51, the brain gets full of all the things that I need to get done. It's too much clutter and I can't be creative in what I need to do. And then what happens? We get overwhelmed and this little bit of anxiety sets in, right? How many of you feel me? You get this little anxiety that's setting in and it kind of like takes over your day. And then you feel like you've accomplished nothing. And I'm telling you, have this sitting next to you. So anything that pops up, get it down so it's not sitting here. You will be like, oh my gosh, at the end of the day, I'm going to teach you how to go back to that. Okay, so stay with me. Teach you how to go back to that so you don't have to worry about the things that are on there that are pressing. I'm going to teach you how to stay focused and get that stuff done, but stay focused on task, right? So make sure that you have your book and brain dump that every single day, because let's face it, things come up, things go wrong, right? And sometimes we need to fix it right away and sometimes we don't. Okay, so focus on getting things done. Tip number 2 is know exactly the task that you're doing the next day. So this is so important because a lot of times we wake up and we're like, okay, what do we need to do? We need to tackle the day. No, sister, you need to know what you're doing the night before. Okay. So at the end of the day, you can take your notebook, okay, and say, what is priority on this? So you already are going to have some type of planner or calendar. Now I keep a calendar right next to me, one of these calendars. It's a a year calendar, but it's in a booklet because I like to take this with me if I go places. And also I have the Google on my computer, right? And so these are important to take these next steps to make sure that this is planned out. So the night before, I literally know from brain dumping some of the things that have come up. Like I just had to renew my domain, right? She's in charge of business. So it wasn't pressing, but I had 6 days to renewal. And so that's one of the things I need to brain dump. Now, if I kept it here, what would happen? It'd be running on autopilot. I got to get that done. And I'm not staying focused on what I'm doing. And so we're always somewhere else with the ding, right? So if it's here, I can look at the next day on my calendar, okay, and block out that time and say, now I can go in and say, all right, I need to make sure that this gets done. Right? And so you plan your day how it should be the night before. And so the next day, like this is why you need this next to you, things are going to come up. You're going to write them down. So your day is already planned out the next day. Now, is there going to be hiccups? Absolutely. But if you get used to this strategy, if you get used to doing these things, your day will run way more smoothly. You'll know what's going on. You'll get way more accomplished and you will feel good at the end of the day. Because if you follow me at all, I talk about your wins, right? Small wins get to the big wins. If you can't do the small things, you will never get to the big things, right? So accomplishing these little things are small wins in our life, because if you haven't been able to do them before and you're now staying on track, guess what? These are the small things that add up in your life. So if you're loving that, drop it below. I love that. Okay. So these tasks that get on the calendar are the urgent and important and priority, right? So things that get on my calendar are urgent, important, and a priority. Everything else gets written on that notebook until the next day. Okay, so does everybody like that? Is everybody seeing that that ends up happening the night before, not the day of, scatterbrained and trying to accomplish things? So it's really important that you take during the week that you have time blocked. Okay, time blocked. So you want to make sure that you can definitely accomplish these things in these time blocked manners. Knowing what your time blocks are is what you stay focused on. So nobody can interrupt when you're in these time blocks, right? You're not listening to the dings, you have them turned off. You are focused on what you're doing. Okay. All right. So number 3, how to stay focused is the action steps. This is so important, right? The action steps of what's running your business is the most important things right now. And these activities contribute to your bottom line, right? This is what runs your business every single day as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. And so these 5 top income producing activities are what is in your time blocked every single day, right? Your top 5 income producing activities, which for a lot of us is our DMO, our daily method of operation. Do you have your daily method of operation? Do you make sure that those activities, no matter what, are done by the end of the day? So if you had them in a time block, and I don't care if you're like, Becky, I'm more productive in the morning time on doing this, then time block your morning, right? Then time block your afternoon. I've got kids coming home. I don't do like, what is it for you? It's what's right for me is not always right for you. But I can tell you, if you time block your calendar and act like a business, right? You will get that done every single day. You will see your business grow. Okay. So time blocking in your calendar, dictate the time that you're going to do it in. And that's the time that it gets done, right? You're not focused on anything else but that. So make sure that those activities are being done. So you will stop the busy work, right? That's one of the things. When you time block, you will stop all the busy work that's happening in your life, because I know that that's happening. That's why it matters to have a calendar, because listen, you have to make an appointment with yourself. Like, let's face it, if we have a hair appointment, we have a nail appointment, we have a dentist appointment, these things take priority. So your business needs to be a priority too. And time blocking is like setting an appointment with yourself in your business, right? So if you love that, let me know. And if you're doing that, let me know. Do you time block right now? Okay. Number 4, this is probably one of the biggest strategies that has helped me in my business is start batching. How many of you batch your content, batch your videos, batch anything inside of your business? How many of you right now are batching? Drop a 1 below if you're batching. Okay. So this last time I checked, time is the hottest, commodity on planet Earth, right? We can't buy, no money that you earn can buy back time. Would you agree with me? Drop in an agreement, because we have to protect our time. And that's why I batch a lot of my stuff. And I batch, typically what I batch is in a month advance, if not further out 90 days. Okay. So if you're batching right now, drop it and let me know. And if you're like, no, but I would love to learn how to batch, well, stay tuned, because I might have something for you. So you can't buy back your time. So if you're not batching your content, you're always in your work, but not doing the work, right? And so this is what has like saved my sanity, is batching everything. So being that I am the CEO of my calendar, the CEO of my business, the CEO of marketing, right? I need to then write out everything for the month. So I set the month up, what I plan on doing. I already know the 4 videos. I go live every single Wednesday at 11 a.m. Well, it's Pacific time now. It's Mountain Standard Time. I live in Arizona, so it's kind of weird. But I go live once a week and I don't wait to the last minute to know what I'm doing. Like I already know in a month in advance what that looks like, right? And I know what I'm talking about. So I batch everything. I batch my content. I have everything done so I can actually be in my business. I can actually support my students. I can actually, get more clients, right? So I'm doing all the other work that needs to be done. So it's important that you are productive in the right areas so that you stay out of overwhelm, stay more focused on what the real work is, and not constantly think about, what is the content that I'm coming up? What am I going to be talking about? No, you're actually doing the real work that it takes, because utilizing social media, it's a lot of work, but we get to do it from our home. Would you agree? Like, this is a beautiful thing. So you also just want to make sure that you're creating everything in advance so you can enjoy your life, right? Because we can't buy back our time. So time is precious. And if you feel like you have to stay busy every minute of the day, that's a problem, right? That is a problem. You don't need to do that. You really don't. Okay. So batching is the way to stay focused and getting more stuff done inside of your business. Number 5. That number 5 is exactly what you need to do, is recharge and refresh. How many of you are like, I'm just work, 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 work. And I feel like I never get time to be me. I never get time to just go for a walk. I never get to, this is why. Because you're not setting up your calendar, you're not brain dumping, you're not staying focused on the things, you're not already batching and blocking out time so that you can get the most important things done, which is spending more time with you or the people you love, or on your commitments that you've made for your clients, right? And so you want to make sure that you do have that time for yourself to take a break. And why do we want to do this? Let's face it. We won't stay motivated in our business, right? If we're constantly feeling like we're burnt out, we're exhausted, we're overwhelmed, all the things that is not necessarily. You're creating that for yourself by not prioritizing the things that need to be done. And I see this a lot of times, okay? And it's really in the early beginning of people's stages where they just don't know what to do, right? Some of us just don't know what to do. So then we're constantly like, I don't know what to do next, right? And so staying refreshed is so important, because what happens when you're refreshed? You get new ideas, you get inspired, being in spirit, right? You want to be in spirit, which is inspired. If you're constantly living in spirit of yourself, you will give, you will be the human you were designed to be. Let's face it. If you're not, you're just constantly running on, burning the fuel, and all of the things, your family gets like, doesn't get the best of you, you don't get the best of you, and your marriage goes down, your family dynamics, where's your friends? It's like, I started this business to have a life, and you find yourself having none. Okay, so number 5 is recharge is so important. And so going to the gym, taking a lunch break, having a spa moment, right? Getting your nails done, taking weekends. Last weekend, me and my husband ran off to our property up north and just like got reconnected again. Like, we're always in tune with each other. This is the beautiful thing of being married for 32 years, ladies, is my husband and I stay very focused on building ourselves and building our relationship, because that grows everything else in our life, right? When we're in harmony, everything grows. And so we place huge importance on our relationship, and so we take time and spend it together in different areas of our life. So if you're feeling like your marriage is missing out, there's things that are not running in your life properly, right? And so these are the 5 strongest tips I can give you to really start your daily activities in the huge possible way of staying focused, staying out of overwhelmed, and being way more productive in your business, right? And so I am, if there's a demand, I am looking to do a workshop. on how to create a 90-day content. How do I take what I do and break it into 90 days and plan it out, get it on the calendar, all of the things that I do. If that's something you want to learn and you're like, yes, Becky, I would definitely sign up for this workshop, let me know if that's something that you're going to do. Now, is it a free workshop? Unfortunately not. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of work, but it won't be overly priced. Let's put it that way. But if there is a demand for it and you're like, yes, I want to learn how to do that so I can actually get more focused, actually do my business and be more productive. If you want to learn that 90-day content, how to break it down, how to really build it out and be done. We're going to do it in a workshop where you actually work with me on this. So it's not like you're going to watch me. No, you're going to do the thing, right? You're going to take the time out, time block it, and do the thing so you can actually feel more accomplished, get it done, and really focus on your business. So if that's you, put content below, and I'll make sure that you get more information on that. All right, ladies, thank you so much. And listen, if you feel like a sister out there, if you're inside my community, She's in Charge of Business, you can't share this, but if you're out on my wall, on my personal wall, and you're like, man, so many other women in business need to know these 5 tips, go ahead and share this out, and I'll give you a shout out for sharing this and say thank you for being another sister. All right, have a good day, and we'll chat soon. Bye for now.